Okay. Good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and we're recording already. Yay! All right, so we can.
I'll be here. I'll be here. The empire will be growing, but I'll be here. Oh my God! So my friend Sunshine.
What empire?
My business that I'm building.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just here taking courses.
I thought kids.
Oh hell.
Are you doing this?
Ponytail over. Man, someone almost grabbed it off when I was trying to fight through that entrance.
How? Like had their hands on
like,
you?
It got caught. Like, was that crowded? Like, you're literally on all sides. People on all sides. I was on someone's back. Someone's on my back. Either side. So, like, they're against me. So if I try to move forward, it's like... So I was like, and then I was like...
My hair got caught in someone's armpit. I literally was like, someone was here and they just did something. I don't know why my hair was even anywhere near their armpit, and they just did this, and I was like, ugh! Trying to have to like lift their arm and be like,
well, we're done with that piece now. In their armpit. Oh my God, the smells. Because in the morning of the first day, I went to teach class, and then I was getting on the train to come back, and everyone was coming to the train like this way because they're going to the grounds. The smell, and it was only 10:30 in the morning, already on the train, body odor and beer.
That means they didn't even go home. They probably just
This was the first day. This was the day that they were opening. It was that Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah, the really warm day, remember?
Yeah.
And I got on the train and it was like, you would think the train was sweating. It was so stuffy and stinky. I literally got off that train at Sendegator and was like,
I'll just walk the rest of the way. I can't deal with this.
I literally got off. I'd stop early because I was like, I can't hold my breath that long. As soon as the doors opened, I was like, blah. Yeah, it was disgusting. And beer. And they were like, ah! I was like, how are you drunk already? And those were the late people. Because the early people were already in line at 9
to do the running.
Yeah, let's start talking about it.
All right.
Let's intro so we can get into the madness.
Okay. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Flex in the City. I'm Rada.
And I'm Lisa, and this is episode
44. And as you can see, we are dressed a little differently this time.
Yes.
We are in traditional Bavarian garb.
Yes.
Called
peasant wear.
It's called the Dirndl, okay?
Yes.
And this is what people wear. This is what the ladies wear during...
Or some men.
Whatever
non-binary
floats
folks.
your boat. This is what is worn during Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been a full-on Oktoberfest celebration. I don't know what we want to call it. Oktoberfest Fest for the last week and a half. And I guess the last day is this. Yeah, we're into the second week now. And the last day is, I guess, officially Sunday. So it has been quite an experience. I think they said this is the most they've ever seen.
Yeah.
7 million record, 7 million people, attendees or something like that.
Wow.
Insane.
But it's a lot. It's a lot of people, and I can testify because we live very close to it. And yeah,
we were there on Saturday, and I got there at 4, and so
reasonable person.
that was late. Like I had friends that already had gotten there around 2
afternoon. Yeah,
maybe even max like 1:45. I don't know.
Right.
And so they were like, yeah, it's so empty when you get here. There's no lines and all that. So me and my husband were super excited because we're just like
easy.
It's and it wasn't too hot, too cold. And it also wasn't too hot because you really don't want to be in this stuff. I mean, we are in layers. Like there's a shirt.
You guys don't realize like this is like corsetry.
Skin tight, and then there's an apron happening, and
just apron over the skirt, and it's a lot.
The men are wearing leather. They call them lederhosen, which is like leather
trousers,
leather pants,
yeah,
and wool socks, and then like the shirt and the vest, and I mean they look good. They look good, ladies. I gotta tell you.
And the like suspender thing with the
No, that I don't like.
I didn't like it. But
I find it very touristy. Oh, really?
You got a proper one. Yeah. It works.
Okay.
Trust me, it works.
So we got there around 4, and then we had to stand in line. And they're like, "There's no lines." I'm like, I sent my friend. I'm like, "Here's a picture. I'm in line."
That's literally what I did. I'm like, you guys don't understand.
There's a line.
A sea of people out here. Was it a line when you got there, like organized?
No, it was like crowds, just moving in a line
as a unit.
Yeah, and then there's people that are coming in from like there's like little entrances along the line, and people are coming in through the gaps and saying, "Oh, we can just stand right here." And we had already been in line. I was like, "Because they're cutting. We're in Germany. This should not be allowed."
Yeah, but the problem is 90% of those people in line were not German.
Yeah,
so
and then a lot of them just did literally. They were like pretended not to see anybody else and just went in. And I was like, you got to play dumb sometimes, you know.
And this is before you even get in, so that gives you a taste of like the fuckery. That was to ensue within. But it was the same for me. I got there like 2 hours after that, two or so hours after that, and it was messy. As I was walking there, the crowds were actually walking away, and cops were like, "We're not letting anyone else in." So I had to talk to my friends who were there, and she was like, "Nah, we got a guy. We got a security guy. He's gonna come get you." I was like,
"Okay,
this I can work with."
We were walking around, and they had like across the entire park on the intercom telling people the park or Oktoberfest is closed right now. Nobody panic. There's just too many of you, though.
I think we
can't let anybody in. But nobody panic.
Because they're like, people are drunk and they're gonna like get crazy.
It could be a stampede. We heard that at some point it was close to a stampede actually occurring
at the entrance.
At the entrance or somewhere maybe close to the U-Bahn station.
Were just pushing. And there was nowhere to go in the front, and people were just, and I'm like, dude, like there's nowhere that we're going. We're not standing here for fun. It was.
You're fine though, because you're tall. Like I'm a little person. So can you picture me like in between?
That's better. I felt like that would be better because I could just be like, shoop, 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 shoop.
No, but imagine if there was a stampede. Like I'm gone.
Yeah, but people were strong arming. There were some small girls there whose elbows were getting thrown hard, and I was like, "Is it that for beer? Really?
I don't know.
Is it that serious? There's not even a vibe that is worth this level of like excitement. I'm sorry. Like, and then you get it and you're like, wow.
I mean, this is where we differ. I don't know. Like I started off at the, what they call the Oude Wiesn, which is the old Oktoberfest. And so it's got like you didn't see our.
I forgot about our, can I cheers your Wright?
Oh, there's salt on your rug now.
There's all kinds of things on my rug because kids. Prost. I'm not gonna bite into it because I usually take all the salt off of it.
Yeah.
If I ever eat it, but
they are yummy. I do.
This is not actual size. I mean, yes, they're this big, but this is not regular size. This is
everything is big in Oktoberfest.
Everything bigger in Germany.
It's bigger. But yeah, so I started off at the Oude Wiesn, and that was like, because it's very traditional, so you'll hear a lot of like hear a lot of like brass instruments playing. It's very traditional. It's a bit smaller. Where we were was like surrounded by kids. Like this is where families tend to go and hang out with their kids. Okay. So it was a very like family vibe when we got there. And then
it was just you and your husband. It wasn't
me and my husband, and then two of our friends.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
you didn't go with the kids.
No, and then one of our friends had she had a friend that was visiting from the US.
Oh, okay.
And so she brought her along to see this. Mm-hmm. So the Oude Wiesn for me wasn't a vibe. Like it was cute, but it's not like
it's not for vibes.
No, like we even as we were sitting there, we're like, yeah, we can't stay here the whole time. Like one of the guys was like, we need to like be on tables dancing. Like we need to go somewhere. And I definitely think you cannot go to the Wiesn without a reservation. Wiesn is another, like they call it, the locals call Oktoberfest Wiesn. They don't say.
What does it actually mean?
So Wiesn is like
drinking.
No, Wiesn means like a field. No?
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never looked it up. I just know that when I hear that word, it means
Let's look it up. Why is
rowdy
it called
white people dancing to songs that have nothing to do with the actual music that's playing on a table. But I could be wrong.
So, Wiesn actually means large meadow.
Oh.
And it's a colloquial Bavarian German short form for Theresienwiese, which is where the actual fest is held. That the entire grounds is called Theresienwiese.
Yeah.
Large meadow in Munich, where Oktoberfest is held. So it's Teresa's meadow.
Yeah.
In honor of Princess Teresa, who was celebrating her wedding to
right.
Prince Ludwig, I think.
Ludwig,
yeah,
yes.
Ludwig of Bavaria.
Is that the gay one?
I don't know.
I think so, right?
Oh shit, did we just put his
just I don't know.
put that out there? Do people know?
I don't know history, so disclaimer. Like we have the disclaimer there. So everything is opinion. Nothing is fact unless we give you the source and it's tested. Yeah, a little Bavarian history there.
There you go.
But I might take a bite of this. But yeah, so how was
and then so then oh my god. So then little did I know that the group that I was with enjoys amusement park rides. And I didn't know that's what I was walking
Any
into.
sentence that starts with little did I know.
And they were just like, okay, let's leave here. And before we find a tent, because there's Oktoberfest is set up so that there's like tons of tents that you can go in, and there's tables, and each tent has a beer garden. So you either are lucky enough that you have a reservation to be inside in the tent where the vibe is, or you're not so lucky and you're sitting in the beer garden, you know, kind of like the peasants that are the peasants that didn't make it inside to the actual party, but you're just so badly want to be a part of the party that you're still gonna, you know, be outside in some shape or form. And so my friends
stuck outside the club. Basically.
Oh my god, exactly. But so my friends were like, yeah, let's go ride the rides. And we stood in line.
Rickety as hell.
First of all, the lines were insane. The price was insane. To ride a roller coaster was 14 euros. I don't know what the hell, like, why?
For like 45 seconds.
45 seconds. And I have major motion sickness. I mean, to the point where I'm pretty sure.
Turn my mic off while I'm chewing so I don't kill their ears. Go ahead.
So I think there's like definitely some inner ear situation happening, you know? And it wasn't like they thought, my friends were like, oh, maybe you're afraid of roller coasters. I was like, it's not the fear of going upside down. It's that I'm going to vomit all over the place. I already feel nauseous just thinking about it. And so, but my friend's husband is he's getting his license to fly helicopters. And so he was like, no, when you go upside down in those loops, like you don't feel nauseous. And I don't know why. I thought, I'm going to trust him. This dude's up in the air all the time. He must know what he's talking about. I haven't been on a roller coaster in years. I'm sure I'll be fine. And mistake number one is, first of all, I gave into the peer pressure. Mistake number two, trusting this guy. I love him, but never again. And then we get on this ride and we go through these 5 loops. I swear to you, I got off the ride and I didn't even like say anything to anybody. I went straight off the ride. My husband is like, hell no, you're on your own. I said, I love you. He's like, but I'm not doing this. Because he didn't get on the ride. His motion sickness is worse than mine.
Is it?
Yeah. So he was like,
I know myself.
Yeah, he's like, I know myself. I'm not gonna.
Fair.
I'm not
that
gonna
would have been me too.
Fair enough. Okay. I was like, I think I got this.
Oh, poor baby.
I got off and I don't even know how I found him in the crowd, and I just went straight for him and I put my head on his chest and I was like,
you gotta
like,
breathe.
And he's like, I'm already pretty pale, but he said I was ghost white.
No. Is that because it was scary or like
no, that's how nauseous I was. He was like
it was here.
It was like here. And so my girlfriend was like, okay, let me take you to the corner. You can try and vomit if you need to. And of course I couldn't. Plus I have a phobia of vomiting. Like I cannot vomit.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
And so, I mean, at some point it just kind of like settled down, but that was like, that kind of like killed the vibe for me.
And then you're like dizzy for like 30 minutes afterwards.
It's not like even 45 minutes. And then you're just trying to like get back into the, you know, the vibe and get back into the mood. And then you're really aware of everything. You're like, fuck everybody. There's so many people here. They're just all trying to like.
It like changes the whole
and then,
experience.
You know, they insisted on continuing the rides. I didn't want to do the rides. Kara didn't want to do the rides. So we were literally standing around waiting for them to get off these rides. And then we finally went and found a beer garden, because we couldn't get inside. I tried. I was like, maybe if we flirt. I looked at it was 3 girls and 2 guys. I was like, maybe if we just kind of like give them
or you put the girls in the
sweet
front,
eyes
and then
or
when
something.
They say yes, you like.
And the guy was like, nope, not having it. It's not happening.
Oh,
forget it.
This year.
Yeah. But then we finally got onto we got a table, and we managed to like actually be able to sit. Yeah. But we didn't sit, we stood. And then they were playing all these they were playing all these like R&B songs, but like with a band.
What and part of this
is the tent
were you in?
This is the tent that I know they play English music all the time. Yeah, which is what I was trying to tell you.
All of the English music is going to be like rock classics or like
they played that. Sweet Caroline is like it's inevitable. Like it is the anthem of Oktoberfest.
I don't know why that is, by the way.
I don't know. We should research that.
Yeah.
But there was like they played like I think there was Michael Jackson at some point. They even played, and then they had of course pop, like they had NSYNC and Backstreet Boys playing and whatever. Yeah. But you hear those and you're like, you can't not dance, you know? Like you hear "Hit Me Baby One More Time," like regardless of where you are, like you're gonna
kind of be like, oh
you know. And so they had a whole bunch of music playing, but we were standing on the benches. Mm-hmm. So me and the girls are on this side and the guys are on this side. My husband was like, nah, I'm not standing. He's like, but he's also pretty tall. He doesn't need to stand on the, you know what I mean?
You're pretty much above 180 centimeters.
Yeah, like, he didn't need to stand.
You're not standing
But there was guys that were standing behind us that were like
huge
dudes.
I don't know what they make those benches from.
Into us. And at one point they bumped into us. Their butts pushed us so hard that we landed. Our hands literally did one of these
on the table.
And we landed on the table. And me and my friend get up and start yelling, what is the matter with you?
Because
we've been warning you. And the guy just looks at us. And in German, he's like, please, I don't understand what you're saying.
He's on a different planet.
He's like, everyone's yelling at me. Just tell me, one of you, just tell me what's the problem. Because literally, like,
yeah.
And it's just like,
oh my God. And that's kind of the attitude. Like, people will do things and bump you and do all that. Because even when we were sitting, someone's booty literally was like hitting the back of my neck because I was sitting and he was standing. And so I was like, I'm just going to sit with like my elbow back there. So the next time he tries to put his booty back,
he's going to get pointy elbow.
Yeah.
Straight up.
He's going to get a preview into getting pegged.
Oh my God.
And then he like was like, and I turned around and I was like, say something. Because if your booty wasn't there, you wouldn't have. And he was just like, should we go? I was like,
yeah.
You're excused. But yeah, so generally like people are, at least per my experience, like the crowding made it crazy, but people's attitudes were still pretty civilized. Because I remember with like when we were in the group, I was like, this is an extremely unsafe environment for a Black person. A crowd of white people drunk. Like, I'm like, please, don't let it get crazy. But no, it was peaceful, but I was like, yeah, my tolerance was pretty much done after about 47 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we left and went somewhere else for dinner and ended up having a little adventure that I told you about.
Yeah. More fun than the actual
totally unexpected, but it's always like that. The stuff that you don't plan kind of ends up being more fun than sometimes the stuff you plan because you don't attach an expectation. And when we left, we were like, it's kind of the end of the night. Nothing's going to happen. Expectations were low, but I was like, this was fun. And like, just kind of getting on the wrong trams and like walking through these neighborhoods and cracking up, and then like having this really nice dinner and like dancing in this restaurant, and it was good. So it ended up actually being quite a nice night. And Oktoberfest brought it together for us, helped it happen, because none of us would have been out of the house
otherwise.
Yeah, so
wouldn't have happened.
But it was nice. It was fun. So why is it called Oktoberfest when most of it takes place in September?
So it's always the first week of September and last week of September, excuse me, and the first week of October. And I think it's kind of like celebrating going into October. But I think we need to dig a little deeper. It also has something to do with Ludwig and his wedding and them making a whole fest out of it. And it lasted for days and then realized, hey, let's do this every year. But I don't know, need to dig a bit deeper as to why. Because here, Oktoberfesttours.com. The festivities began October 12th, 1810, and lasted nearly a week. In the following years, the festivities were repeated every October, and they eventually moved forward into September. But why?
That shows you the tolerance for alcohol increased with time, because it was only a week to begin with, and now it's like almost 3 weeks, isn't it? 2 weekends. 2 weekends?
It's
3 weekends. No, this is the third
It's 3
weekend.
weekends, but it's 2 weeks. Yeah. But it says here they moved the festival until late September, allowing for better weather conditions, because September nights are usually warmer than October nights. And I mean, the night that I went, I had a jean jacket on, and I had a little cardigan and a jean jacket on, and I was okay. Yeah. By the end of the night, I was chilly, I could not have lasted.
Yeah, once the sun goes down, it gets pretty cold.
But I also had tights on, and that was fine. But I think if that was to happen, like when they initially said October 12th, when they first had that'd be cold.
Yeah, a warm night. But I think when you're drinking, it gets warmer.
Right.
So. Yeah, that is a little bit about Oktoberfest, and I guess the claim to fame that the city of Munich has. Does it have any other like really big claim to fame? Munich?
Maybe the auto industry. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the Bavarian Motor Works and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Oktoberfest is closed today. Until 5 p.m.
all got a very, very
interesting warning,
loud and intimidating alert on our phones. It was like, emergency, we're closing it until 5 p.m. We're not really sure what's going on. But so apparently that's not happening until later on tonight. So I think it's unprecedented as well. I don't think they've closed it.
I don't think this has ever happened. I think
be wrong, but
what was it you were telling me? There was a whole bunch of things that went wrong with Oktoberfest this year.
Yeah, someone was saying that obviously the overcrowding and them having to turn people away that day has not happened before. That's the first. You've talked about the numbers, that's already the highest it's ever been. Someone was saying something about the rides, one of the rides got stuck at the top, which I totally believe, because it's like circus fair rides. They set them up in a day and they take it apart after a couple of days, and I'm like, how firm is it really?
Before we did the loopy
I can't believe you went on a
roller coaster, they found a normal roller coaster, and they're like, let's do that one. So we stood in line. Yeah, we stood in line. We paid for that one.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we see people coming in the opposite direction of us. We're standing in line and they're all coming back, and they're asking for their money back. And we're like, what's happening? And they're like, it's the ride's not working. The ride's not working. We're like, oh, hell no.
We're not going on
no. I don't even know why it's not. I don't want to know why it's not working. I don't want to know what happened. Yeah. I saw that and I was like, boop.
We're out.
But then for some reason we were like, yeah, let's go on the loopy ride.
The reason is beer. Is the reason.
It was just ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous.
Beer is the reason for the reason.
Oh, that rhymes.
Yeah.
It rhymes. This headband is...
It's cute. Did you wear this when you went?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, very nice.
But there's something going on with the hair keeps popping out like this on one side. But anyway.
It's nice. I like it a lot.
So,
I'm not a headband type of person.
Although I think you could rock them.
I think I could, but I think it like also comes with a type of energy, and that might just be me that attaches that to it. Like I think it's a very like girly, serene sort of look, and I'm like, it's not really like my steez.
Okay.
But like I feel like I could wear it. It's like a flowery scent. Like I could wear it, and people would be like, oh, and then I'd open my mouth and it'd be like, oh, didn't see that coming. It's like a bit incongruent. So yeah, like I feel like the headband would be like, oh, and then I'd be like, and anyway, and they would be like, headband off, I think.
Nah.
There was, and I posted it a couple weeks ago. It's like pop culture moment. Some of you might know I was doing a Scandal rewatch, and Scandal is a TV show for those of you who don't know, and shame on you if you don't. That came out several years ago, and he's making a speech to Fitz, the president. He's making a speech to David Rosen, so the guy who is like who becomes the I think like what is it?
Isn't he the press guy?
No, he's the guy that becomes the U.S. attorney.
Yeah. Sorry.
So he's just had like a string of like these crazy relationships with these women who've all been like really powerful, but they like completely like steamroll his heart, and he's just like, what's wrong with me that like, why can't I just have a normal woman? And the president Fitz, long convoluted story, but basically he has a really difficult relationship with a very strong woman as well. That's very difficult. Side note, it's extramarital. Not great. But anyway, but his wife as well, extremely strong character. So they're surrounded by these really strong women. And he makes this speech where he talks about, he says, it's basically the headband woman speech. And he says, David, like, whenever I would go and like see people and I see these women who like, I call them the headband women who like are willing to put everything about themselves aside and stand in the background, and you ask them a question and they can't even really answer something about themselves. He's like, there's something in me that wants to tell them, wake up, what happened to you? And he's like, yes, we talk about like a woman like that who is peaceful and easy. And he's like, but then you have a woman who comes to you that's the opposite of the headband woman. And she has all of her dreams and her standards are ridiculous and they're high. But she says, here's my standards. And she pulls you to jump higher to meet them. And he's like, David, you were a history teacher or like was teaching like law in college or something. He's like, yeah, I've been a teacher. And he's like, you're not anymore. And he's like, no, I'm not, Mr. President. And he's like, and if she loves you, she can be any hurricane that she wants to be. And I was like, woo, woo. I hate the character, but the actor is amazing. That's Goldman is amazing. But like, I was like, yeah, so this is kind of like the vision I have, only because I think it was immortalized by like Stepford Wives, who always wore like the headbands, and it's like an
very submissive,
of, like, being very put together and like perfect, like Pollyanna. So I think that's why that's in my head, which is also why that analogy worked for the monologue. But it was like, it was so powerful. And yeah, like I did a little story post about it, and I was just like, you know what? Terrible character, but once in a while, that man spit some bars, and I was like, okay, Olivia.
I see why she's got she's fascinated by him.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it. I started watching it again, and I just remembered how heavy each episode always was. And so, like, I literally need to, like, prep myself.
Yeah, it's a lot, but watching it the second time, because you know that, like, you know, a lot of those issues, like, resolve themselves. I didn't actually remember a lot of the storyline. So there were some issues that I was like, oh my God, I'm actually in suspense. I don't remember how this resolves. That was nice. So it was still entertaining, but yeah, it was a little bit less pressure because I do remember the ending. So I was like, okay, like I know they get to this place somehow. I just don't remember the journey.
Okay.
So I'll enjoy it, but with less like sort of because yeah,
Okay.
it was very like every week was like clenched butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every episode is like that.
Yeah, it's really good writing. I forgot how good the writing is. I think nowadays it wouldn't work because some of the monologues are so long. And I think since then our attention spans have gone even shorter.
Yeah.
Because some of the monologues I was like, this is great, but then I was like, okay, you get it. Like,
That's
yeah, I was like,
But it is true.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so it's sad that you don't get that as much anymore.
Yeah. Like,
But I think like we even ourselves can't handle it as much. Could be our age, could be
I think it's just the time that we live in. Like everything is so like easily accessible and so instant that like your brain is trained to be like waiting. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is even why when we were standing outside the Oktoberfest, people were like pushing in, and I'm like, so standing in line is a thing. It is, even though it doesn't exist very much in this world, it's still a thing.
It's still a thing.
Speaking of pop culture, I have, now that I'm no longer taking classes, have pockets of time to catch up on all of these great documentaries and shows that you and so many people are like, girl, can you watch this so we can discuss? And there was one that you recommended to me called The Girlfriend. And if you guys, hey, I'm still reeling and it's been days.
Yeah.
It's mini series, so you don't have to commit like a whole chunk of life to it.
Did you watch the ending? Because you say you always watch the ending of certain
No,
series.
this one, it was short
before
enough
you-
that I was like,
Okay.
I'm just gonna make sure that I don't get interrupted when I'm watching the last two episodes.
Yeah.
Because I need the fix to be continuous.
It was crazy.
So if you are a Robin Wright fan, this is definitely for you. She's always at her best. I think she's one of the best things to ever happen to like TV. You might know her from House of Cards. She's the wife character. She's just fucking phenomenal. And she's been in a lot of other things. And so she's also one of the directors. And it's like a two perspectives.
Two
So it's like
perspectives.
from one perspective and another. So like same situation, but the directing is so good that even though you're seeing the same situation from a different perspective, you don't feel like you're repeating the movie. Like they did it well enough that you could recognize the scene, but it's still really different. Really brilliantly done.
They did it so well.
Yeah.
Like to see the girlfriend, so you can imagine it's basically the girlfriend and
Oh yeah, I didn't say the synopsis.
and the mother and them meeting and their interactions. And that's the two perspectives are from both sides.
Right.
So
right.
like one scene for the entire episode, but then two sides of that same scene are being told from the mom side and
from
the girlfriend side.
And the brilliant part is it's overbearing mom but also like crazy psychotic girlfriend. So at first you're like, okay, the mom is the villain, obviously.
Yeah.
Then you see it from the other point of view and you're like, oh my God, like girlfriend is actually kind of crazy. And that sort of push-pull that happens with your like allegiances and how they do it is so good because you're just like, who's my protagonist?
Yeah.
And like the son who's in the middle is such a weak character that you're just like, he's definitely just like
I think we could have even done it without him.
Yeah,
like, he didn't even need to be in there.
Yeah. And even for part of it, he's kind of not.
He's literally
because,
not.
They're just like, okay, the madness is where it's at, and you're just like, all right, like, this is the Super Bowl right here. So yeah, it's really good. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do because woo shit. Like wow.
And
so good.
Yeah, the fact that the girlfriend also had so many people like rallying behind her.
Yeah,
is where you start. It adds to the pull and that pull of like who is the psycho in this relationship because when you get, we don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
But at some point, the father is even
brought
like into it, and the father is amazing. And I just researched. I thought
the son's father.
He's Palestinian American. So you
amazing
need to
actor.
like.
Also,
I watched it for him.
He's even his character is so good though too. Like
I wanted him to have an even bigger role.
I was like, I want him to be like part of my family.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked it, but as soon as I saw his face, I was like, I've seen him somewhere else, so I have to find out because I definitely know.
Here,
him.
I'll tell you.
There's something I've seen him in. It was bothering me, but I was so engaged that I was like, I can't stop watching to find out.
I mean, I don't know if you would have seen London Has Fallen.
Is that one of the
Gangs of London, The Free
Gangs
World,
of London? Be one of those like little
Blue Night. Is that
Gangs of New
Sarah
York?
Jessica Parker?
Oh God, if she's in it, I ain't watching it. I'm sorry.
It's called Blue Night.
Yeah. Is it recent?
Oh no, sorry, Here and Now.
Ah.
She's in
Is that new?
2018.
Okay.
Damn. I haven't seen any movies by her.
Yeah, I saw one. I saw that Failure to Launch. And I realized that the styling was so good on Sex and the City because they made her look like body is tea. Like her body, phenomenal, unbelievable. Just, just everything. Face is like, if you catch her on a wrong angle, it's, but they did a good job because they always styled her hair really well, and they styled her and you were just like, oh, I see, like she's unconventional, but she's like quite attractive.
Yeah.
And then you see her in a movie where like the stylist might be different and maybe they don't quite like get like the dimensions of her face or things like this, and you're just like, huh, why the long face? She looks a bit different and you're like, yikes. But but it's yeah. So I don't love her in film because I always kind of feel like there's some element of her character that I've seen in Sex and the City there. Like I'm like, I need you to completely separate. Like your mannerisms and your like little like
I guess she doesn't.
I want to, and maybe that's her.
That's
acting
her
style.
scope of her.
Yeah, and I'm
like,
I
what
need
she
range.
can do.
Yeah,
Her range,
I feel like
exactly.
I don't see a lot of range, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, it's so interesting what's out there now, and just a lot of the themes that are happening with the documentaries as well. There's so many that have to do with like cyberbullying and like kids like getting into mischief.
What was that one called?
The Danish one? The one that we were talking about with I can't say what it is without giving away the synopsis. The one that's Danish and it's dubbed over in English. We were talking about it with the boys who were at school, and there was the Filipino nannies.
Oh God. And then
Secrets We Keep or something.
The secret, maybe this was guys. If you haven't watched,
I'm gonna watch it again because
Secrets We Keep.
Secrets We Keep.
It's there's a whole like Filipina nanny like community in Denmark,
which is factual.
Yeah.
And it's just like the effect of obviously like there's issues with like how they're treated. There's issues with
being second-class citizens.
Right. That disparity. And then also now, like when you have really privileged children who are brought into a lifestyle like that, like how do they relate to the community? How do they relate to each other? Kids growing up with like cyber access and oh my God, it's, especially if you're a parent, like trigger alert. But it's actually really well done. Like I started watching, I was like, just dubbed over shit, whatever. And I was like, couldn't move till the end.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
It was intense.
And like it exercised what I was saying is it doesn't have that Hollywoody like over the topness.
No.
Like you could see there was, I don't know if it is restraint. I think it's just Europeanness. Like it was just very like, we're telling a story. There it is.
Yeah.
And you have it. And yeah, that was kind of.
I'm curious how much of it is factual. I mean, I know that they have this community of Filipinas, and I know that they're treated as second-class citizens, but it wasn't in the movie. It was a series, right?
It was a movie.
It was a movie?
Yeah.
Like in the
or
film.
A two-part or miniseries.
Something like that. Yeah. Like it shows you also how they perceive not just the Filipinas. Like there was a black detective, and I remember she came and she was like getting statements, and they were like, "Oh, the brown one is here." Like it was like.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. I think, and I liked that they were, they like lent attention to that without like overdoing it. Like they were just like, this is, what exists. This is, and so yeah, I liked that it was like without sort of like harping on it. But I like that they inserted that in there because they were just like, yeah, this is also a problem that's not just sort of for this one group. It's a problem with basically the perpetrator has a problem with everybody. So
I'd be curious to see how Denmark received that.
Good point. Yeah, I wonder how it was received in Denmark.
Because it's like facing being
yourself,
facing yourself, having to look yourself in the mirror and be like, the colonization bullshit.
all of it.
is even at home. Like it's still
still
lingers
right now.
Yeah.
Really funny, actually. So Dante came to me like last week, I think. And he was saying that one of his friends at school was telling him, I think he's Russian, his friend, and he was saying, or his classmates, and he was like, there's nothing like racism anymore. Like it doesn't exist anymore. And Dante was like, yes, it does. And he's like, no, there's no racism anymore unless it's just like reverse racism, unless it's Black people being racist against white people. And so, so I was trying to hold back my reaction. I was like, and what did you say in response? And so Dante was telling me about it. And he was like, well, I told him that like Black people can't be racist against white people. He's like, but I couldn't really properly explain why. And so he asked me why. And I used an analogy that I got from this woman who gave a speech on it that I thought was so poignant, which is what she said was, people think that racism, especially a lot of white people, they think it doesn't exist anymore because you don't see a lot of the overt genocidal expressions. You still do, but not the way that you did some time ago. And people say, well, as long as I'm not committing like genocidal, like targeted killing, then I couldn't be.
Right.
And it doesn't exist anymore because look, we're walking on the street, there's a Black person over there, you know? And she said what is failed to be understood is that it's a system that exists. So she said, for example, if a white person is racist, there's a system that will support it. There'll be a system that makes sure a white person's going to get a job over a Black person. There's a system that means white cops are going to target Black kids and Black people. And there's a system that means Black people are not going to get loans to be able to live in certain neighborhoods. There's a system that exists that literally will support that racism. So if you're racist, you have a system that allows you to be racist and flourish because of that racism.
Right.
Black people, yes, we can say, oh my God, I hate all white people. Will there be a system that supports that?
Oh no.
So I can say, yes, I'm racist against all white people. I'm not saying I am, by the way.
No, you
just
saying,
for example,
as the angry black
hypothetically,
person.
I could say I'm racist against all white people, but will there be a system that exists now that will support that racism, that says, you know what? Yes, here is a benefit to you and a privilege that we're going to extend to you based on that racism that subjugates a white person. Will that racism ever have a negative effect in the system that exists for a white person? And the answer is no.
No.
And therein lies the answer. So I was like, wow.
I can't believe
this was great.
Like,
so that's kind of how I tried to explain it to him. And he was like,
this is 12-year-olds talking.
Can you imagine? He's not even
but
12 yet.
He's hearing this from his own parents, most likely.
Absolutely.
Like, I just can't picture a 12-year-old just like sitting around in his room being like,
yeah, that's like a direct quote.
I don't know. I feel like that's something that you would hear.
Yeah.
Maybe once you're in university and you're taking all these like
for us
ethics classes and whatever, and
that's
you have
the kind
to
of stuff we might talk about because it was triggered by something we heard in class.
But like an 11, 12-year-olds, like they heard that from somewhere.
Yeah. And not only has heard it and is regurgitating it, he's literally embodied it to the point that he's defending it, which means that
he's already does he not know your son and the experiences that he's been through at this school?
He knows some of them, but yeah.
What does he label them as then?
He's not really on the rugby team. Most of his experiences have been through the rugby team. But a lot of people might not consider that even people who were involved in those instances of racism, that was the argument. The parents were like, but it's not racism. It's just kids being kids.
Nah.
So that's the
kids
problem.
Being kids is like boys, like, I don't know, like farting in each other's faces or something like that. But like using terms that should not be uttered.
But also for the record, maybe that's something we can also work to like minimize.
I would love for that. to not.
Yeah, we know how hard that is, though. It's
You
an
know what I
uphill
mean?
battle.
Like that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
kids being kids, boys being boys.
Yeah.
You know, like the
Yeah.
whole that.
Yeah.
But that's
it's crazy because our kids are growing up in a time that we also didn't have. We didn't have internet. We didn't have access to information the way they do. So, like you just said, conversations that we were probably having as like freshmen in college when you think you know everything because you took psychology 101 and an ethics course, they're having at like age 11, 12 because they've grown up like 7 years faster than we have because they've immersed that much more information.
That's true.
That they have to now, with their minds that still haven't grown, try and sort through. So,
I'm going to backtrack and say that this is probably not just something that he's heard from his parents. It's probably something that he's seen on social media, like on TikTok. Like I can imagine a video, someone posting a video on TikTok, for example, and saying, hey guys, racism has been abolished. It doesn't exist anymore.
Well, a lot of what they pick up also is environmental. Look, everywhere you go here, it'll be like, we do not tolerate racism. Like, we are anti-discriminatory.
The schools all say like racist, anti-racismus and all of that.
Yeah. And so you're in an environment that literally says, this is a safe space. Absolutely, this does not exist. We have zero tolerance. But in practice, it's a different story. But that stamp being there is going to tell a child, oh, this is an environment where racism doesn't exist because they, the people who I should trust, have told me so.
And isn't that is
and there's no one around to tell them differently.
That is the ideal. Like we want our kids to be in a society where they can, that's the dream, where they can truly
Literally,
say
the dream.
It doesn't exist. But at the same time, you're doing them a disservice by telling them it doesn't exist when in actuality it's happening all around them. And then that means that when they are faced with it, I mean, there's so many scenarios. Either there's denial, there's shock where they don't know what to do or how to protect a friend if they see someone in an incident like that.
Yeah,
they've not been prepared. They don't have the tools. They don't have the vocabulary even to say this is not okay. This is not right. This is not. So it's just you're setting them up for failure, and you're setting them up for a system to continue to exist.
That's exactly why it's systemic. Because part of that is not there for people to say we actually want anti-racism. It exists to assuage the guilt and that word, assuage the guilt and like that feeling of oh my god, if we admit that it's still there, it means I'm still part of a system that oppresses people. That's really hard for people to accept. What's easier is to say push the rhetoric in the front. Let's not think about the real issues behind, sweep it under the rug, and then we don't have to talk about it. And that's easier to stomach because as a perpetrator, I'm not affected by it. In fact, I benefit from it. So I'm going to tell my kids, continue, business as usual. And then that's how the system perpetuates itself. So that's why that education is really important. I actually think, I hate that kids have to have those conversations, but I think it's great that they are having them because I would rather that kid have this conversation and Dante say, no, actually, this is another perspective to this. This is the perspective from the point of view of people who are living a life different from yours. And if that child is willing to listen and hear that, then, you know, that's an opportunity for that system to start changing. So I'm like, it's great that they're having the conversations, provided there's openness and receptivity.
Yeah.
That everybody's receptive. But it's just sad that like these kids are still navigating it themselves. Because he's like, I know that it's there. I've lived it. But I even don't have the tools to explain how. And I was like, you babies. It's
because
sad.
You also, as a parent, you're also trying to protect him from it as well.
Of course.
So
this is the hard balance too. Because you're like, well, if I try to prepare him for everything, I'm alerting him to all this shit that's out there, some of which he hasn't even experienced yet. And now he's going to be like, oh my God, the world
always
is so
on
scary.
high alert and always, you know,
and
just waiting for the next, you know.
Or afraid. Or,
afraid.
You know, or suspicious of everyone. And I'm like, well, you don't want to create that either. And it's such a difficult balance that the only really strong certain way is like empowerment. Is like to understand, the world's going to be what it is, but you're the constant. the only thing you can control is yourself.
Yeah.
And how you see yourself, how you respond, how you
carry
protect
yourself,
and how you know who you are, regardless of the environment that you're in. But this is also easier said than done. Oh man. And boys are hard. I mean, I'm sure girls are too. But
I think they're both equally hard.
Equally, but in different ways.
In different ways.
Yeah,
in different
definitely.
ways.
I wouldn't know where to even start with girls.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I think we have.
I think
a
that's
lot
why
more
we ended up.
issues.
I think that's why we ended up with girls, because I think we really
with girls.
No, with boys. Why we ended up with boys? Because I think with girls we would be completely lost. I don't know.
Honestly, true. I mean, as much as I've said, oh, it would be nice to have a girl. I'm like,
oh, I'd love to have a girl, but
I would be. But I literally,
I think with my anxiety and my like stressors, like I'd be constantly stressed out, like. And as soon as boys start entering the picture,
listen,
boys, girls, whatever you want to call it, like as soon as anybody starts entering the picture, like then it's just like,
yeah. And girls, like having grown up as well, like we're wily, like we're like, yes, mom and dad, but like, like, you know, and like. I'm like, I would want to have like this really healthy, great, trusting relationship, but I'd be like, I know what you're up to, girl. I know.
I've been there. Yeah, done that.
I've been you.
Don't try to fool me.
Yeah, and then she'd be like, oh, Mom, you don't trust me. I don't trust you either. And then like, I don't know how to fix it. So girls, difficult. I mean, I was even talking about this the other day. I'm like, I don't even know how to change a diaper wiping front to back.
I couldn't change my niece.
Because I'm so used to changing boys.
Yeah.
Like, you could just wipe however. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, girls, you have to, like.
I looked at my sister. I was like, listen, I love you. I'm happy to babysit and whatever, but somebody's got to come and handle this business because I cannot do it. I don't want to give her a UTI. Like, this is some serious shit going on. Like, no, not happening.
And the number of things that could just go wrong with females. What? Oh my God. I'm doing this reformer Pilates course.
Yes.
And we had this incredible instructor come in, and she's a teacher, but she also does weight training, but she's also doing a PhD in medicine, or she's getting her medical degree. And she came to talk to us about anatomy. And she's so passionate about the human body, but literally about like the pelvis and the pelvic floor and the musculature. And so she was like, you have like all these walls of muscle that exist, the regular muscles that your abs and all of that. Some people might know about the pelvic floor that literally holds up, like, and she's like, so like, for example, if you have a baby, and I was like, this is always the example of pelvic floor failure. And she was like, so if you have a baby, like, this is a wall muscle that holds up, literally think of the weight of a uterus, your organs. And she's like, when you drink a liter of water, when you eat food, all of that is in there. Pelvic floor is still holding it all in there until it's digested or until you release. And then on top of that, a baby is sitting there. And then to get that baby, I have to push against that pelvic floor. So she was like, the strength and the awareness that it takes to build back this thing, especially for women who've had babies, is really, really crucial. But it was just funny to be like,
it's just so much.
So wipe front to back. And then you have to teach the girls about their period. And then you have to teach them about like, this is going to happen with your boobs. And then when they have babies, they have to think about this. And then there's all the regular having a baby stuff, but also the stuff no one tells you about.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're just going to like leak from your titties randomly. Or you have to wear a diaper for like a week after. And to this day, they have not made any kind of cute looking diaper.
Nothing.
For postpartum.
Give me something.
It's literally like, Mahatma Gandhi type. Respectfully, but seriously, it's like, so how am I meant to fit this under the only thing I can wear comfortably, which is sweatpants, and still not look like I had a botched BBL? Like, because there's just like, and then there's that. And then after that, it's like, okay, I'm done. I survived. My like, pelvic floor, like lived to see another day. And it's like, oh. So there's this thing called perimenopause before you get to menopause, which has a whole bunch of problems. But peri, which could be for 10 years or whatever, is just going to make you crazy, fat, angry, moody, temperamental, dry, then not dry, then wet, then
not wet,
then sexually active, then completely turned off from that. Then, like, and you're just like, for how long? It's like 5 to 10 years, give or take. And then menopause.
And then it still goes on.
Other shit is going to happen thereafter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, so it's like the whole thing of, I'm like, there's so, and then thrown in between there, it's like, but make sure you keep it dry and perfect and clean and like, like balanced, because what you can eat can affect the acidity balance off.
The pH balance.
So make sure it's this, and make sure you wear the right kind of underwear, because certain kinds of underwear will make her unhappy. And also make sure that
I don't think we could have done that with girls. I think we would have been like,
I couldn't handle it. Wow.
Like, we're still trying to figure that shit out ourselves.
Honestly.
Imagine having to explain that to moms of girls, like, chapeau, honestly.
You're doing
the damn thing.
Yeah, you're doing the damn thing.
Damn.
Yeah. Shit.
Mic drop. That's it.
There's no other way to put it. Because,
yeah.
Having said that, though, there is a lot of beauty in being a female. I'm definitely really happy that I have this experience, despite all of those things that I just listed. It's pretty amazing.
I think it is a beautiful gift. I mean, even when you were talking about this anatomy class and the body and the pelvic floor muscles, like, it's just like so crazy, like what our bodies can do.
Yeah.
All the while, like, we're creating life. We're going about our days. We're just, it's all of these things, like inside, internally, like it's magic. There's literally like
it's literally magic. It's literally, like your insides are like, oh, so we just got to move over because the baby's coming.
Yeah. Okay.
And they all shift and like
they know what they're doing.
Go up here and then
the baby's gone now. Okay, well.
Yeah, like.
I mean, it doesn't go back the same way. There isn't that much magic happening post, but before, like when the baby's like, cooking.
It's cooking.
There's magic there.
It is really magic. Even during that period of time, like even just what happens with your blood and your cells, like the fact that you carry your children's DNA in your blood for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
The fact that like, you share this across this like placenta and there's parts of literally like your body that like, if they need like, marrow or calcium or vitamins, like that you will literally give of your body.
Yeah.
And then a part of this life that you created like remains with you, like an imprint on your being forever and there's parts of it that also like help heal you, which I think is one of the most incredible things. But I mean, even just like childbirth aside, just the type of intuition, the type of friendships, the type of discernment that women have, and there's a lot of men that have these things too, but it's if you know, it's just something that is so special. And this is why like girls night and like girls brunch and like all this stuff that really annoys men on some level.
There's a reason for why we need
really
it. We do it. It is
really quite healing for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that. I love that part of it. It's like part of being like this little club, which I like most of the time.
We like being a part of most of the time.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
There are some stinkers in there that have given us a bad name.
Some club members need to be
just banned.
They're just
banned
against club rules, and we need to have a board meeting about their membership. Yeah, I love that. But I think what we were speaking about with just this scary kids growing up in a time that's so different to ours, so much more advanced in so many ways. It's like, oh, there's a million more fires to like anticipate and put out. It's hard. It's scary. And some of these shows that I was watching, I was like, oh my God, there's a million more that I hadn't even thought about.
And it's not even fictional. Like when we were younger and we would watch all of these like TV shows, like a lot of it was like some of it was, this is real life, but a lot of it was so over exaggerated, so over the top that you're like,
gonna be
it's
me.
never gonna be me. It's never gonna happen to me. But now it's like
an example of that, just to interrupt you, was an episode that my friend Nicole sent me a clip of I think it was 90210 or like Saved by the Bell or something. And like, I think it was Saved by the Bell. And one of the girls like got addicted to caffeine pills.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode?
I'm so excited. And she starts singing Jessie Span.
Yeah, the one who her life went off the rails after.
Yeah, Jessie Spaniel?
Was that her name?
I don't know her.
What was her character's name?
Jessie.
Was it Jessie?
Yeah, curly hair.
Yeah, the curly hair.
And she was like a dancer, and then at some point she goes, I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
And then she starts crying.
But
and
that's like, you watch that and you're like, that's not
you're
gonna be
like,
me. And if that is the worst of it, like,
great, awesome. Actually, I'm ready. I'm prepared. Like, and it was just so funny how like her friends tried to stage this intervention, and like Slater, played by Mario Lopez, was like, you're killing yourself. We care about you. And then she was like, you guys don't understand. I'm under so much pressure. I'm like, girl, you're in high school.
Yeah.
If you can't handle the pressure now, although yes, I understand there's a lot of pressures in high school, but like back then, it was a bit so far removed from reality that you were like, yeah, I get the lesson that you guys are trying to give us, but
I think we were still living, it was still definitely more sheltered
than
we
were
now. Like you can't shelter. You can try and shelter them. Like I know your kid still doesn't have a phone.
He has a phone.
He has a phone.
Yeah. He just doesn't have WhatsApp.
Oh.
Because in chat groups, especially after that documentary, I was like, I was going to wait. And actually, we got a letter from the school 2 days ago saying that German law prohibits kids from having WhatsApp unsupervised before the age of 16.
What?
Yeah. And if there's anything that happens that's like a concern, then the parents
are held
become
responsible.
Like, legally liable. And you can have it with parental supervision from the age of, I think, 14. But like, you can't have it by yourself before 16. Yeah.
Oh my God, can you send me this letter?
Yeah, I'm going to send it to you. Because I was reading
me.
it and like both of us were like,
oh shit.
And so I was like, I was going to give you the WhatsApp when you turn 12, but
nah.
Clearly we have a couple years to go. And I was reading a thing by this man who is a cyber security expert. He's a dad as well. And he's like, these are the 5 things that are the biggest dangers to kids on the internet today that I would say the best ways to protect your child from cyber, like predators, bullying, all of these things. And the first thing literally was like, no social, no like those chat groups and no access. The other thing he said too is no access to YouTube in like in their room by themselves. Has to be in like a public area, because he's like, YouTube, they might be watching something okay, but you can go into a rabbit hole that exposes them to stuff. And he's like, so if you like limit the use to be in a public, like not in their bedroom, I was like, I hadn't even thought of that. But yeah, like he has it, I'll send it to you. I was like, wow. And he was like, and these are the dangers why. And I know because I work in this industry and I see like how the predators get in there. And I was like, yeah, it's a minefield out there. It's but it's I mean, it's good for us to learn this stuff, but it's also like, oh my God.
It's another thing to navigate.
It's just another
thing to
consider, prepare for. And we don't have a roadmap because our parents are like,
my mom literally was like, thank God that you guys grew up in a different time. She literally tells me that. She's like, I don't know how you're doing it.
My dad says, at least we didn't have to deal with these things. We didn't have to. And he even like, he has his like little like his group chats with like his old friends. And like, he'll get all these forwards and he's like, all of these videos all the time, all of this talk ticks, you know? And he's like, now imagine these kids. Like, I'm bombarded with them. Imagine what it's like for these kids. I'm like, good point.
Yeah. What's crazy is that our generation lived through both. Like, we lived pre-social media.
Yeah, we're that bridge.
But by the time we got social media, like
We were
our
grown.
parents weren't dealing with us anymore. Like
Exactly.
we were in university.
Exactly.
What could they possibly be doing to like put restrictions and all of that on us?
You
Like
have social media in uni?
I had Facebook
I
at
had
UConn.
Facebook after I graduated from UConn. I had Facebook in like 2005. When I was in law school in Australia already is when I started getting it. But it existed when I remember it came about when we were in university.
Yeah, because I
was
got
like,
it at UConn.
I'm not getting on that. And then I was like, oh, okay, everyone's on it. So I should get on it. And that's how it happened.
That's how it happens. Peer pressure.
Yeah. It's not great. And then WhatsApp came like way later. But yeah, we were already like texting and stuff. But I still remember.
I had
like
ICQ chats.
Yeah, I did ICQ. There was Kik, K-I-K. There was AOL Online, obviously.
Yeah, and then there was when you had Blackberries. There was the BBM.
There was BBM.
Like
everyone was like, "Oh, it's your BBM pin," and I was like,
yeah.
"I'm not a blueberry. What is it called?
Blackberry.
Blackberry user." I was gonna say barbell.
So off.
Wow.
Not even
old
like
mom moment number 500.
hashtag.
Shite.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
I was like, oh my god, I feel so left out because I don't have like this like little phone thing. But I was like, I couldn't. I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me.
It's okay. It was so short lived. Anyway.
Yeah, it was really short lived, wasn't it? And then yeah, we just had like text messages, but we had to pay for
every
like,
text
letters,
that
right?
came in.
Wasn't it? Initially, when it first came out, it was like per character.
I think
so. That's how we would be like, talk, TK, and like you. Because it's like, I'm not going to like use up all of my money on, asking how are you. But this was cool. I saw a thing the other day on Instagram that was like, we live in a generation of kids who will never know what it feels like to be on the phone and hear your mom pick up in the other line and start dialing. And I was like,
true.
Nostalgia.
Or have someone trying to get on
Connect
the
on the
internet and you're here. I'm still here.
This was the worst. And ours used to disconnect when someone picks up the phone. So like the internet was the subordinate connection.
Yes.
So you'd be like, oh, I'm on the internet. And then like, get off the phone.
So true. You just reminded me of that. Oh my god.
Oh, good times.
Yeah,
good times. But this was also kind of good in a way because there was like some kind of control on access.
Yeah. Which I don't feel like we have control over that now.
Yeah. And we're moving probably into a time where like now you're going to have like Wi-Fi everywhere.
Yeah.
So like even if you're not giving your kid a plan on their phone with Wi-Fi, they're going to like be somewhere where it's free Wi-Fi and they're going to be able to get on there.
Yeah.
And they're learning how to like maybe erase their history. God, this is terrifying me. I don't even want to think about it.
They already know that shit because they're smarter than us. They have access to YouTube videos that are going to teach them how to do that. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah.
There's literally, I am like the techie person in the house, but my kid has surpassed me now, and he'll be like, that's not how you do it. He'll be like, I watched a YouTube short and this is how you do it. I'll be like,
and you're like, yes, it is.
Yes. Thank you.
Shit.
Thank you.
Oh man, it's scary, but wild ride. But for those of you who don't have kids, it's great. It's great. Try it.
And for those that don't have kids, now you understand what we're going through.
Yeah.
Support us.
It's fun.
No judgment. Just ask us every now and then.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
You okay. Be ready for the answer though, because
that's true.
Yeah. But no, it is actually incredibly rewarding and fun and fulfilling, but it is a roller coaster. Like the very clear journey you took us through. And some days you'll come out of the end of a day and be like,
yeah, ready to hurl all over the place.
Yeah. And then after a little while, you feel fine.
Yeah.
And you're like, maybe I could go again.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Because even then, like, I felt like strong that I could go on that roller coaster. So it's also like entering like motherhood and all of that.
And you put your head on your man's chest.
Oh.
And this is also the importance of support.
Look how we brought it all full circle, guys.
Listen.
I mean, this is real. This is real shit.
This is real shit.
This is real.
This is real shit.
Man.
We do what we can.
It's talent.
My
I think with that, we've
It's
given.
also very hot in here.
It's
This is
so
tight.
like tight. I can't even breathe in this anymore. We're gonna have to let you guys go. But we
On
gave
that
you Oktoberfest. We gave you pop culture. We gave you parenthood.
Mom, parenting girls versus boys. We gave you anatomy study.
All of it.
All of it. We gave you list of great things to watch as well. And you can recommend to us stuff that's not along that line.
Yeah, we'll definitely watch it and then, have a little
let us know if you want to have
review of it.
Reviews or or we can have like little rewatch. We can do a live as well where we interact with you guys on something that we decide to watch, which could be fun.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, and then we kind of have comments. So let us know. And that's it.
Yeah. So we will see you back here again next week. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.